Good morning, Virginia Cooperative Council. My name is Noah Esper, and I am a 4-H member from Loudoun County, right here in Northern Virginia. I am here at the Loudoun Heritage Farm Museum. I chose this location for my Virginia Institute of Cooperative Education video presentation because this museum highlights 250 years of rich agricultural history of Loudoun County. There have been 15 generations of farming families who have called Loudoun County their home. I chose Farm Credit in Leesburg, Virginia for my report on a cooperative, and I interviewed Miss Heather Lutman, a loan officer with Farm Credit. Farm Credit of the Virginias is about planting the seeds that will last a lifetime. They help families seek out the life in the country so they can spend more quality time with their family. Farm Credit employees work and live in the country, so there's no better team to work with when a family wants to find that acreage or rural home they've been dreaming of. Farm Credit of Leesburg is located at 27 Fort Evans Road in Leesburg, Virginia. They were formed in 1916. An important event in 1916 was the passing of the Rural Credits Act. This important act awarded financial aid to farmers. Under this act, farmers could borrow up to 50% of the value of their land and 20% of the value of their improvements. The minimum loan was $100 and the maximum was $10,000. Loans made for the act were paid off through amortization over 5 to 40 years. In business, amortization means the spreading of payments over multiple periods, so the term is used for two separate processes: amortization of loans and amortization of assets. Farm Credit serves West Virginia and parts of North and West Virginia with approximately 10,000 members eligible to vote. That is a lot of members served by this cooperative. Their volume of business for year 2018 was approximately $1.85 billion. They employ 186 full-time employees and 3 part-time employees. 4 years is the length of term of a member of the board of directors, and a board member can be elected to successive terms by remaining on the board as long as needed. However, after they reach the age of 70 years old, they must step down at the end of their term. All borrowers must buy stock when they join. Each voting stockholder of a Farm Credit of the Virginias ACA Class C stock has 1 vote. If the cooperative paid a patronage refund for the most recent year, it is paid 39% by cash. The board of directors hires and selects the co-op's top executive of the cooperative. The current top executive is C. Peary Heldred III. Farm Credit hires employees by advertising openings on their website, in newspapers, and the manager interviews them in the branch office. The desirable qualifications for a Farm Credit director are outstanding. Farm Credit seeks the directors who are dedicated to the purpose of Farm Credit. They seek someone who is fair-minded, unprejudiced, and honest. In addition, they would like the director to be open-minded, willing to learn, adapt to change, and realize that the individual views of board members cannot always prevail. Their management, member control, facilities, and its roles as a community business revolves very much on being firm in making decisions and borrowing from an experienced knowledge based in both agriculture and business. They stand firm in presenting the view of the board rather than individual views to fellow members when speaking for Farm Credit. Farm Credit is always willing to be involved in additional training for governance skills, financial literacy, and other areas. In these current changing times, their willingness to learn and to adapt to change is essential. In conclusion, this results in Farm Credit's ability to help farmers navigate difficult decisions to avoid common mistakes and to serve every stage of their family's life in the country. Thank you for your time for visiting Loudoun and learning more about Farm Credit of Leesburg, Virginia.